Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov. How beautiful are your tents, Jacob. These words that have become familiar to us are found in this week's Torah portion, Balak. You may have even heard the story behind them. Balak, a Moabite king, feels nervous about the presence of a neighboring Israelite tribe and hires a prophet, Balaam, to curse them. But when Balaam gazes upon the village from up on a hill, only words of praise tumble out of his mouth. Ma tovu, how beautiful, how good. The words he uttered spontaneously have become the refrain of a beloved prayer that often begins our morning services. I think of it as our way of saying, thank you for this tent, for this space in which we pray. And I love that we say it no matter where we are, our sanctuary, our chapel, our homes, in front of our computer screens. It is a reminder that prayer doesn't depend on any single space, it depends on us. It requires nothing but our presence. Many composers have been moved enough by the text to write melodies for it. Each musical setting of Ma Tovu that is written is itself a midrash, an interpretation of the text. The choices a composer makes, the words they repeat, the tone they convey, the speed and rhythm of the music, all give us insight into how they understand the prayer. For Ma Tovu, we might ask, what are they saying about the tent or the prayer space? Is it majestic or humble, grand or intimate? Tonight, I wanted to explore with you a few different composers' interpretations, and there were countless ones from which to choose, but because I love you, I selected 3 for us tonight. The first takes us back in time to the 1800s with a setting by a composer from what we call the classical reform era, Louis Lewandowski. His setting conveys a grandeur. It feels like his tent is a gorgeous and awe-inspiring sanctuary worthy of praise. Now we'll move ahead in time over 100 years to a setting by Donny Massing. He is a beloved composer at Central. You probably know his Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu. And his setting of Ma Tovu may also sound familiar to you. This recording is a throwback from our Rosh Hashanah morning service in 2018. I think, like Lewandowski's version, it also conveys a grandeur, but there is a warmth and an intimacy too. To me, it says, "Welcome to our tent." As you listen, I invite you to consider what you hear in Donny Massing's interpretation.
Israel משכנותיך ישראל. ואני תפילתי לך, אדוני את רצון, אלוהים ברוב חסדך, אלוהים ברוב חסדך, ענני באמת אישך. מה טוב, מה טוב, מה טוב, מה טוב אוהביך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל.
The final setting I want to share with you tonight is one you may not have heard before. It's by Rabbi Josh Warshawski, an emerging voice in the Jewish world. I love the fact that he begins with one of the verses, Va'ani tefilati lecha. As for me, I am a prayer before you, God. He creates a meditative feel by beginning with the verses and then ultimately landing on the words of Ma Tovu, repeating them over and over like a mantra. Like Ma sang, he expresses a warmth and intimacy, but there is also something else in his tent, a peacefulness and a love. Here is his interpretation. ואני תפילתי לך אדוני את רצון. ואני תפילתי לך אדוני את רצון. אלוהים ברוב חסדך, ענני באמת אישך. אלוהים ברוב חסדך, ענני באמת אישך. מה טובו, מה טובו, מה טובו אוהליך יעקב. מה טובו, מה טובו, מה טובו משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו, מה טובו, מה טובו, מה טובו אוהליך יעקב. מה טובו, מה טובו The words of Matovu remind us that we can pray anywhere, in a soaring sanctuary, a tiny chapel, a dirt road, a living room. All we need is ourselves, our own thoughts and hearts. And we may not always want to pray. There are times when we may prefer to curse, just as the prophet Balaam was instructed to do. And in those moments, may we be surprised by the words of praise and gratitude that tumble from our mouths. Ma tovu, how beautiful, how good.